My story with Gav is not a short one. Ahaha, so sorry, Jen. Every moment was just too good. It all started during the Multicultural Week around late June of 2020. I was just a trainer back then and Gav was BOE. I didn't know anyone in Habbo until someone shouted in bass, "Who is a Filipino here?" And that's when I met everyone. Rome, Cindy, Agima, and the rest of the Filipino people in HIA. I remember Gav was going around and acting like Maria Clara for the benefit of those who don't know. She is a character in Filipino literature. Gav and I typically strangers back then, but I'm just a friendly guy and I didn't know at that time Gav gets annoyed with people that are too friendly. I dressed up as a character that is Maria Clara's suitor lover, and that's when our whole telenovela moment started, when I would try to woo her and she would reject me and push me away because I have a lot of girls.
Gusto kitang isayaw ng mapakal. Gusto kitang isayaw ng mapakal. Hawak kamay, pikit mata, sumasabay sa musika. Gusto kitang isayaw.
From that time, that's when the rose tradition started. I would give her roses, she'd thank me, and I would walk away to talk to another girl. For Gav, at the time, she was curious as to why I always give her roses and just plainly wave and leave. Then sometimes there were conversations involved where I, according to Gav, would say common pickup line.
No! Bye, have a great time.
A few moments later.
time, she would tell me to go away, and she point out how I ignore her when other girls are around and I only notice her when there's no one else. She would call me chick boy, a Filipino slang that's used to refer to guy that always flirt with girls. For Gav, it came to a point where she begins to notice it often, and little did she realize that she is starting to observe me, like when I failed to give her roses, she would wait and expect for me to give her one. And then that expectation became a daily thing. Every day she would wait and pretend to be AFK until I give her a rose. Gav and I started to really have real conversations between us when I asked to interview her as part of a class project for school. Then, I admit, I somewhat got intrigued and challenged by her answers. She didn't think I can take anything seriously and that I see everything as a joke. From then on, I would ask Gav for her opinions and for help with my schoolworks, and some of those schoolworks I've already answered on my own. But I just want to ask her just to spark a conversation. Plus, I figured it was a good way to start getting to know her. Then our conversations went beyond just homework questions.
We actually got to talk about each other, how we are in real life. Then one day, she asked me a question, and I think this was the breakthrough question for me. Because I think this is how I managed to at least show her a bit of my serious side. She asked me if I believe in destiny. The answer I'll just keep to myself.
But she just pushed it further. To be honest, when we were together, I found out that it's because she was starting to like to me and didn't want to. LOL.
Oh my God! Wow! Okay.
You know, some part of me got upset because at that time I didn't know and I couldn't admit myself that I was starting to like her. Then conversations kept going and I grew more attached to her than I realized. Then she says it again, I'm starting to like you. And I waited for her to drop the punchline, but she didn't, and yet I still got mad because I thought she was just messing me and prolonging my agony. So after that, I avoided her in base. I didn't like it, but I did. I didn't take pay when she listed, and I went to FTB when she is in base. Then she messages me, asks me why. I couldn't believe it. The atmosphere between me and Gav changed. We would have more conversations where I don't need to make up an academic excuse just to talk to her. We just laugh and joke around about the most random things. Then we got to caring for each other, to the point where Gav would spam me and wake me up. Then one day, she spammed me but I didn't wake up. So the next day, I woke up from her messages but didn't reply and waited for my phone to ring. Then when it did, I pretended that I just woke up and she would yell at me. And I just groaned pretending to be bothered. But in reality, I was smiling at the sound of her voice. Then she was gonna hang up, but I faked that whiny, just woke up tone and told her to stay at ease when our phone call started. She would wake me up for my classes and call again after class. Then conversation over messages became occasional and phone calls more frequent, to the point where we sleep together while on the phone. Some of our friends would say that we are on the phone 24/7. That's when the things started to really progress, and that is how story began.
I've never had an interest in being with someone far from me. 13,555 kilometers to be exact. But with you, I just couldn't help myself but love you. Can't help but love how you laugh, how you sing at random moments, how you mumble in your sleep, even at how you curse me. As to how much I love you, I can't give a definite answer. But I know that you make my heart race. At least 13,555 kilometers per second.